Hi, I'm Bopsto, the Elder Weeb,
And I'm Red, the bald headed wonder.
and we are the Anime Boys.
The anime boys!
Anime
Hell
Boys.
yeah.
And today we have a very, very special episode, but we also have a very special guest. Who are you? What are you doing in our
Yeah,
house?
get out of here.
I'm like a schizophrenic homeless man who's wearing a tinfoil hat. I go by the name Peace Walker Inc., but you can just call me Peace.
Hell yeah. I like
Oh
the
yeah, it's
name.
nice to have you here, Peace. We
I'm
might have to kick
vibing.
you out soon, but well, what do you think of Chainsaw Man?
I'm not gonna lie. I was outside looking in when it came to the anime itself. Haven't read the manga, but when we watched that episode, okay, so like, you ever have like an epiphany when it comes to like finding a new medium or something new that's entertaining in your life, and then you just like
Yeah,
start obsessing over it?
Yes.
That is literally what's happening to me because it's like for me it's hard. It's hard for me to find an anime I like. Like I like JoJo because I'm weird. I like Cowboy Bebop because it's expected and it's cliche. But this is something that is on my horizons that I look at and go, okay, this is something I'm going to invest in. This is something I'm willing to buy a Funko Pop for. Like
this is this is peak.
when it is Funko Pop buying worthy, it's
Yeah,
good content.
I will have to
hell
say,
yeah.
I'm right there with you on the episode. I've watched it in, I know, 3 times since it's released. Uh, just because of how amazing this anime is so far, and it's only episode 1. Like,
Yeah.
so I am just so psyched for the future of Chainsaw Man.
hmm
What about you,
When
Bob
I'm
Stone?
Oh well, the episode was fucking stellar. I'm the only person here who is fully caught up with the Chainsaw Man manga. And dude,
Nerd.
listen, when you're so excited for this anime and you already read like half of it back in 2019, it made me just want to go and read through it again. And dude, this first episode's really good, and we're in for like a wild fucking ride if they keep it up.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah.
like,
But before we, oh, sorry, you go on
no, I was
with
gonna
what you were
say,
saying.
but the overall animation quality, their budget
Uh,
had to be insane,
Dude,
insane.
especially
dude,
we'll
like
get into this is Mappa, and so they did like Jujutsu Kaisen, Kakegurui, fucking season 4 of Attack on Titan, and they always do like really stellar stuff.
me sitting in the
But
background writing
man,
down animes I need to watch just to keep up with
yeah,
you guys.
but
Jujutsu Kaisen,
man,
Jujutsu Kaisen,
Jujutsu
Jujutsu
Kaisen, you
Kaisen,
really want to
I'll
watch
get that in
Jujutsu
my head.
Kaisen.
I'll get that in my head. I need to.
Uh,
Jujutsu Kaisen.
uh,
I mean,
but
Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu
especially
Kaisen.
because this fucking studio is so jam packed with anime the anime releasing this year, even in this season. Not only are they releasing Chainsaw Man this season, but also they're also doing that Bleach Thousand Year Blood War arc anime.
That's gonna be
So they got
crazy.
that. Then later on in the year, we're getting Hell's Paradise. So it's like they must have like a shit ton of fucking staff, or they must be all be workaholics because
Hey, once you get
they're
that
they're
studio money in, man, it is
yeah.
great production. I
Mm.
gotta say though, I will, and not to jump back, just well, not saying we shouldn't talk about Chainsaw Man, but honestly, when I am pushed to go to a pirating website just to watch an episode over and over and over and still not get bored from it, like that's power. That like there are a
Oh,
lot of
dude, hell yeah.
animes that are a schlock. Like I'm a JoJo fan, but I'm going to be honest with you. The first 4 episodes of JoJo
Ugh.
are just slower than Christmas coming. Like it is just.
Yeah.
But
Ugh.
this is art in video format.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, before we hop into episode 1 of Chainsaw Man, join us as we follow the chaotic tale of a man down on his luck who wants to live a normal life but is thrust into becoming a monster who fights monsters. If you like goated animation, chaotic carnage, relatably attainable goals, and chainsaws, then you're sure to love Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaws.
My man over here
Yeah,
is boiling it down to its essence.
Yeah, like
yeah.
you haven't heard half of his intros. Like they're
Uh,
good. They're good.
Dude, I love doing these intros because I get really into the core of it.
My
Yeah,
man
I
is dirt
just
nasty on the microphone. I respect it.
it's nice, nice,
hmm
nice. But let's jump right into the episode. Oh my
Into it.
gosh. Let's jump into how crazy the animation kicks off.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Like
It's this nice first person shot on like an alley, and you hear just heavy breathing, and it's kind of tense. And then you get to his door, and then your hand reaches for the door, and it just cuts.
dude, like
And
the intensity of just the beginning scene of it. It's just like
Mhm.
you already know that it's going to be a banger from what you're just looking at.
Mhm.
Um
Yeah,
so like dude just wakes up in the backyard shed.
yeah.
Just
He fucking lives in absolute squalor.
Yeah, my man is not living in the limelight. He lives in a shed.
No.
He's practically a slave through his own father's debt. Everybody talks down to him
Yeah.
like he's a dog. He's like pitted as this guy who's just not only at the end of his luck, but just completely out of luck, and is not treated with the
Yeah.
respect you would give to a normal human being.
no.
And
Mhm.
yet it creates this underdog story style where you just sit here, not only do you feel
Yeah.
for him, you're just waiting for him when he finally breaks through the mold and take control of his
Yeah.
life. It's just the drive
And
from the anime alone. I don't know how to explain it. It's
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
And it's like, and his only like friend is this cute little chainsaw devil dog named
Yeah.
Pochita. And
Pochita.
Pochita's fucking awesome.
Pochita
Dude, the
loves
design of
bread.
that, you could definitely tell like a 4-year-old like drew that out, and the father was like, "This is gold." Like, it's,
Mhm.
like it's so simple yet so original. You
Yeah.
just have to respect it because it's like I could have drawn that,
Yeah.
but I didn't, and
Yeah.
someone did, and
Mhm.
now they struck gold when they found that. When they
Yeah.
found that character, it was,
Mhm.
I like how you were about to say something, Red?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna talk about how this man literally had to sell his left nut for money. Like,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
was so
he
far in
sold an
debt.
eye,
a
a
kidney.
kidney, I think. Yeah.
His left nut.
Surprisingly, the nut didn't cost worth anything. But that kid,
Yeah, it
got
barely
good
got
money
him
off that eyeball
100,000
and kidney.
yen. And
Like in America, I mean, you sell your
Mhm.
left now. I think you get like what 35,000. Like
yeah,
let,
it's
let
not
me Google
enough.
it right now. Let me Google it right now. How much is a left nut worth?
How much is a testicle? A human testicle.
Human
Um,
has
but I like how like just oppressive the atmosphere is just right from the get go.
Dude, it's
Like like shit's not good for Denji.
yeah, things are
Okay,
just very bad.
so if on the lower end of the spectrum, one testicle can go for $27,678. But if you got them good genetics, like you're a complete Chad over there and you're selling your left nut, up to $98,000. And you're
Yeah,
telling me
so
this guy is not even getting like Denji didn't even get like
It's like
$5,000
it's like
for his nut.
less than 100,000 yen, which isn't much.
no, it's not.
That's like $100.
But then again, he sold it to the black market group
to
that
the black
keeps like
market.
taking all of his money in to begin with.
Yeah,
But dude
but
needs to sell his fucking soul to get that amount taken away
My
from
fucking
him.
dude.
My dude literally
He cut
sold
his
his left nut for
trees.
$671.
Dude.
Yeah,
it's-
dude.
He basically like what he's doing is he's like P said, he's selling off all of these parts just to get enough money to be able to whittle down his dad's debt that he left him.
Yeah.
Which is
He does
38
on
million
top.
yen.
Yeah, a shit ton. It's like I think it's 38 million, like 40,000.
I didn't get the exact number. I saw 38
But
million.
it's a lot,
But
and it's with interest.
yeah, but the
And
dude it jumps us into what he does on the side for money other than selling his organs.
Yeah,
Which is devil hunting.
devil hunting.
We get this really, really cool scene where he's fighting something called the Tomato Devil, which is
Yeah.
just this really grotesque. Like
Mhm. It looks like something. It looks like something out of Jujutsu Kaisen.
it really does. It really gave me some Jujutsu Kaisen
Honestly,
vibes.
I got a berserk feel from it, like like especially
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's essentially the same. But
Like
if you would
abstract
go
body horror.
yes,
just
Yeah,
please just go up and look at anything on the internet relating to Jujutsu Kaisen demons, and you will understand what we're talking about. It's crazy looking. Like
It's fucking insane.
yeah, it like their demons on that anime is insane, and it's very comparable to what we see in this.
Ooh, got a bit of an HR Geiger feel to it. Okay,
It's
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
But after we get a look at him before he kills the demon or the devil, we get this nice little AMV, which is the intro.
Dude,
It's a really sick ass intro, which Bopsto did a little research on. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. So the manga that Chainsaw Man is based off of is written by a guy named Tatsuki Fujimoto. He's extremely prolific. He's written series like Fire Punch. He's done a shit ton of one shots, and he's just super prolific within the manga world. And he takes a lot of inspiration from movies, especially American movies. And so this opening is just chock full of fucking movie references. You got like Pulp Fiction, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, fucking Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski's hilarious.
Just a bunch,
like the one where he's just sitting there, like polishing his
ball. Yeah,
it's tied the room together, man.
But
your opinion.
And the lyrics are really good because the lyrics are basically just from Denji's perspective. Like the first lyric is literally like, "Today's my lucky day. The laundromat's empty."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like shit.
Not to cut into your conversation, but like there is a scene where the girl that takes him in at the end of the episode, she's walking him on a leash. Like
yeah.
Really, she really is.
A curveball. Like it's beautiful.
You understand that? The note I have that I think sets it right with how the opening is. The opening is sick and captures the dark yet fun vibe.
Yeah, it really does have like
it's super bombastic and chaotic, and that's just what this series is. Yeah. Like that's what it is in its core. It's just like fun, dark, chaotic, and
But
anything else?
Oh, I don't have anything else to say about the intro. What about you, Peace?
I mean, for it to be almost a minute and 30 seconds of pure badassery. Yeah. I mean, it's honestly worth the time to put in.
It really is.
And the fact, man, I just love how people bring us like quality content like this. So when it comes to like animes that just grab my attention, especially like there's a lot of good animes out there that just have lackluster openings. And thank God this is not one.
Thankfully, we're in like the age of anime that is like fucking spoiling us with like beautiful animation and sick.
We didn't really grow up in the era because we're kind of.
We were in the early 2000s where it was very basic. Like there's some bangers, don't get me wrong. Like Naruto and whatnot had amazing openings, but your Cowboy Bebop, but your lower budget, your smaller lower budget shows would have very basic openings to them.
Yeah,
and not very memorable.
Like I said, but these like new ones have been insane.
So are we talking about?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, off the top of my head, bad anime theme openings. Honestly, Tokyo Ghoul season 2, like Tokyo Ghoul season 1's opening.
I like. As someone who's read the manga, I like the tone it sets because that entire second half of the manga really has that vibe to it.
I'm talking about the theme song.
Even the song, like it's still like nice. But I get
one theme opening, man. It's just I don't know. It's just night and day. Like honestly, they should have stuck with the original theme. Like if I was to greenlight anything and I saw season 2's for Tokyo Ghoul's theme opening, I'd be like, no, we're going back.
Which, if we're gonna really talk about like iconic like intros and stuff, like we really have to get into like what Jujutsu Kaisen did with its intro, as well as its really cool alternative style outro, which I know Peace, you haven't seen it, and I know we keep talking about I keep talking about Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm very sorry.
It's really good. It's a good show.
That's like the one I was obsessed with. Like you can ask Bopsto. I bought so much stuff Jujutsu Kaisen related. Just because I fell in love with it so much. But given all that, let's jump right back into the episode where 300,000 yen for that demon turned into 7,000 really fucking quickly. Like,
Yeah, it's like, oh, we got to add it to your debt. Along with interest, along with the finders, he's getting paid. He's the pay the informants. The pay for the informants is getting deducted from his pay,
which is insane. Like,
it's just insane.
But
it's like he's getting killed.
What can he do about it? I mean,
my man's paycheck literally got reverted to nearly zero. It felt like the U.S. government was taxing him for a second.
Yeah, and then for after his bills like water, I'm surprised his shack even gets water. To be honest,
a single sink in that shack.
I think when he talks about water, I think he talks about
like bottled water,
like bottled water from the store,
maybe,
and like lights and stuff. He probably works off of like a generator or something that he uses.
Probably.
My man is literally living on 1 Dasani a month.
One piece of bread a day.
It's like, well, today is. It looks like we're having one slice of bread for the next 3 days,
dude. Exactly.
And it's at the beginning of
this man.
It's at the beginning of the month as well.
This man's living like, I think it was 1,700 yen.
With 1,800. I got it on my
yen for what, a month? Like, it's
for
crazy.
A month.
It's crazy.
My dude's living on $1.07 a month.
He gets the extra 100 for
eating
the cigarette.
Poor guy.
Well, they think he eats a cigarette, but he cleverly extinguishes it with his song and spits it out.
See, as bad as these things are for this guy, and as bad as the situation seems, and as bad as we're talking about it, you will not guess that it's that bad from the character. Because he's just got the right vibe about him, that he just only cares about what he's doing. He shares his little secrets and all of his what would you call it? His wants to his little Pochita.
His dreams, his goals.
His ambitions that he shares with Pochita. Yeah. And the relationship they have from man to animal, or I guess man to devil.
The devil.
It's an inseparable bond, and you just sit there and you go, wow, I would honestly, it makes me just want to hug my dog. Because it's just it just brings that feeling to you.
It really does. I have this really cool little note. It says, he just wants to pay off his debt and get laid. My man has goals in life.
Yeah. That's actually really interesting. So I was reading back in the manga, and I think it's a translation thing. So when he's talking about his dreams, he says the one thing he'd like to do is to score with a girl.
Yeah.
But in the manga, it says he wants to hug a girl.
He also mentions getting laid multiple times.
He does. He does. It's like that. Don't get me wrong. That's part of the goal. But in the manga, it's like him saying,
"That's all."
He wants that affection.
My man's got the same ambitions we all else do.
Yeah, but except his is a lot lower.
Yeah, like his goal. Like that's the thing I love about Denji as a character is his goals are so
he's so
relatively attainable, right? Because he has nothing but he's lived nothing but a miserable life from the get go.
And it really shows about what experience in life can really cause on your outlook on life. Because my man's out here living off one slice of bread a day and living the best life. In his own. He's
fantasizing and telling Pochita is I've heard people put jam on their bread, but I will just have to make do with that. We can't afford that luxury.
Insane to think that jelly is outpriced. It's so crazy.
His dreams and my dreams and ambitions especially when it comes to food is what's caviar or gold crusted pizza, and this guy's I'd just like to have some jelly with my one slice of Wonder Bread.
Yeah, but it's he is literally as long as he has the small things in life, he's happy, he's fine.
Yeah,
and there's just something about that's just I'm sorry, go on with what you were going to say.
No, I'm just saying, I'm agreeing with you.
But especially because we of us coming from the age of anime where it's the main character must become the strongest king of the pirates, or I got to become stronger and whatnot, and Denji's over here is I just want to live a nice comfortable life.
I just want food and booty. That's what I want.
Yeah, that's what everybody would like. Just a nice girl to cuddle up with, spend some intimate moments with, fucking have a nice place, play some video games.
But
It's just
as
really fucking great.
nice as all this is, as nice as his life is going so far, who would have thought it would have got better? as his
Mhm.
as his boss leads him into a dark and depressing shed.
Oh, before we get into that, we get. I think we should talk about the flashback for Denji that we get.
Ooh, with his
Oh
father.
yeah, about his dad.
Because it's about his dad
Yeah,
and how he met Pochita.
So basically, what it's like a little flashback of him being a kid at his dad's like so-called grave. He just has a wooden cross that he made and put in the ground,
Yeah.
and his basically loan sharks were next to the grave talking to the kid,
Yeah,
saying this deadbeat hung himself before paying us. So before tomorrow, you better come up with $700,000, or we're gonna cut you into tiny pieces.
yeah.
And
Like,
might I,
And it's
and
like
might I
it's.
add, I don't mean to cut you
Mhm.
guys off, but might I add,
Oh no,
like
that's all good.
the mother's also like they mentioned the mother for a little bit that she died of a heart disease, like because like
Mhm.
his like Denji's character coughs and there's all that blood, so like not only not having
Mhm.
his father but also not having his mother and also taking on his father's sins. They just the
Mhm.
gravity of that scene is just really heavy.
yeah, I
Uh
will
huh.
say that
Especially.
like Pachita like really also understands how bad the situation
Mhm.
is, and that just kind of makes you feel better for what happens in a moment.
Yeah.
Like towards the end. But
Mhm.
before that, let's get into what really happens, which is the craziest scene of the episode. And
Mhm.
it blows my fucking mind how good this scene was portrayed. Um,
Yeah, dude.
so he gets a call from his boss, and he says, "Hey, I got a
Yep.
job for you."
Mhm.
And what was he gonna say?
Honestly, his boss just appears at his door right when he's about to go to
No,
sleep,
no, he gets a phone
and
call.
he's like,
Or
"It's
no,
at the
yeah, he
door." He
does. Okay, he
knocks at the
does.
door.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Not
thought he
his
knocked on
boss,
the
but
door.
like
Denji's
one of
ass
his
don't
henchmen.
got no phone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. He's
Think
got.
this man's got minutes?
I
He
don't
could
know
barely
why I
afford
thought he
bread.
called on the phone. I don't know
yeah.
why that burns into
My
my
But
man
brain.
I
doesn't even have
also
bread to buy bread.
Yeah, he
maybe
stands
when
in a
he looks at
doorway.
the maybe when he looks at the debt stub, he thought he was opening up a phone for at first. It might be
That's
it
exactly what I'm thinking
because
of.
he flips it open like a phone.
That's exactly what I'm thinking of. But either way, a guy showed up at his doorstep and they have a job for him to do. So they load up in the car, they're driving away. He's thinking about just wanting a normal life and just kind of driving along. He's ready to
There's a
go in
cool,
his wife
there's a
beater and his
cool ass.
chainsaw in his hand.
Yeah, dude. There's a cool ass fucking shot where it's like it's showing the like the rainy highway, but it's like the camera's flipped.
Him
Yeah, it's
personally
really cool.
saying
Like
that
it looks
like
nice.
It's really
like throughout the anime, Denji always talks about how he wants to dream, or he just talks to Pochita about his dreams, and like you get that melancholic him leaning his head against the window, going,
yeah,
"Man, he's not even letting me dream it right now." Like
Yeah.
yeah.
the man's not even allowed to have his own dreams. He doesn't
Yeah.
even get to control his
Hmm.
own path. Mm.
Hmm.
Which is quite sad. Like just it's really depressing his like past. Like
Yeah,
I never once would have thought it would have started off with this man being this broke and like this broken,
yeah.
but
The
being
boss literally
so
just tells a kid, the boss literally just tells a kid like, "Yo, I don't care if you whore yourself out as long as you get
yeah,
that money."
like give me my
It's like,
money.
fuck,
Like
yeah.
dude, it's a child. Like the hell.
Hmm.
I love that dichotomy a lot of animes go with. Like they like to call demons devils, and yet sometimes
Yeah.
you meet humans that are even more deplorable than the monsters the
Well,
anime's fighting
yeah.
themselves.
Well, like we've
Tokyo
covered
Ghoul plays
so
a lot on
many
that.
yeah, like we cover so many different things that involve demons, but they're called something different in almost every anime that we've watched.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen, they're spirits. Uh,
Curses.
Curses, I mean. In this one, they're devils. In Demon Slayer, they're demons.
Hmm.
Like
It's
there's
all
so many
flavored.
different like dynamics to a demon
Mhm.
depending on the anime that you're watching.
And yet humans can honestly be even worse monsters for some reason.
That's
Yeah.
deep. That's deep. It cuts me deep like a chainsaw to the chest.
Oh yeah.
That's deep like a chainsaw.
Sorry.
Oh man, that's great. But anyways, they're taken to a dingy ass warehouse. There's nothing. It's no one. Sorry for the fun.
No pun intended, huh?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no pun
dude.
intended. Yeah.
Shut up.
And it's just no one but Dingy and the boss,
Hell
and
yeah.
it's so like tense from the get go. The music is just the music's very much like in the back, but it's still
Very
present.
somber.
It's very
Yeah, that's not
menacing.
Yeah, and that's when you find out, oh shit, there is no devil here, and just immediately Dingy stabbed in the fucking back.
Not only
And
Dingy was
dude,
stabbed,
but
him
Pochita
and
as well.
Pochita were both stabbed by the same blade, and it fucking breaks your heart when you see Pochita spit out blood. I was like,
Really, that boss pisses me off. Because
like,
Yeah, dude.
like Dingy is working his ass off for this man that practically owns him as a slave. And then in the end of the day, his boss even calls him a cur or a dog and how he hates the stench of dogs.
Yeah,
So he's looking at
he hates the stench
one
of
of his
dogs.
best workers, not only double crosses him for a power that turns him into a zombie. Like dude literally threw away his Yakuza boss status to become like a walker from The Walking Dead.
which I don't think that was the plan at first.
The plan was that he'd make a contract with the zombie devil
he wanted
for
the power of a
for like
devil.
more power.
Yeah, he wanted the power of the devil
But
because Dingy had power of the devil, and he wanted he like any greedy mob boss wants. He wants everything that he doesn't have. So
another thing I wanted to know is that earlier on he mentions how real devil hunters don't sell devil corpses to the black market.
Yeah.
There's we'll get into it later in the series, but there is a very specific there's a certain power that certain devil organs have, and you guys will find out a lot more about that. So like having the corpse of a devil has a lot of implications.
Which I mean, I figured, seeing as how their organs sell so well on the black market. So.
A lot of foreshadowing when it comes to the show, and I love that about this first episode because it it makes me yearn for more.
The opening alone is chock full of foreshadowing.
Oh, dude, yeah.
But yeah, so they've made a contract with the zombie devil, and dude, there's one thing I love about Chainsaw Man, is its fucking creature design.
Dude, like Chainsaw Man, and it's the same like studio that does the curses in Jujutsu Kaisen. So like the designs are very similar up to this point. I would have to say this was unique to its own. Because you have the walkers, and then we get the source of the walkers, which is the undead devil. It looks insane. It's just this walking half-man corpse that just shuffles along using tentacles.
Brains in one shoulder, the heads in the other shoulder.
Heads on the other.
It's insanely weird looking.
The zombies are connected to these like fleshy tendrils.
Yeah, like every zombie is connected to this one big power source that feeds them, essentially. And it just takes control of them, which I don't think the mob boss intended, but took him. And and the mob boss just kind of, which is weird because it shows, did it happen at the time of this? Like, did he just get taken, like, zombified?
Yeah, I think
it goes from like the mob boss monologuing to Dingy, and then it goes to like the zombie picking up the mob boss and like carrying on the conversation.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was trying to figure out. Okay, so that's what happens.
Because you see the tendril slowly creep towards him as he's talking.
Yeah.
In the background.
So as all this is happening, the zombie devil is, exclaiming that they hate devil hunters and they'll do everything that they can to destroy them, and sics his zombie horde on them. And this man has taken a fucking katana to the back, still trucking, trying to run
Yeah.
away, and then unfortunately he's just not fast enough. He takes a machete to the back.
I like this fucking setup to this because it's like it's an entire like horror movie chase scene basically.
It is.
Where he is trying to get away as quick as he can. And interestingly, this scene is a whole lot more drawn out in the anime, and it's a lot more tense here in the anime.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the manga, it's just he gets stabbed, he starts trying to run, there's a couple of panels of him like trying to run, and then he gets fucked.
Mm-hmm.
But here it builds and it builds up until after he trips, and then
oh yeah,
right at the exit
well, he
too.
doesn't trip. The dude gets chopped
dude,
with a machete. I don't call that tripping.
It was a deep ass cut in his back, and
so as he fell to the ground, he just got overwhelmed by zombies just stabbing him with blades. And this voice actor isn't making enough money. Is not.
Yeah, dude.
He needs a fucking raise and a half because
he really captured the pain that
the pain of him screaming in agony was God. It just made you.
And it's like
feel
there's no music; it's echoing off the warehouse.
Dude, yes, like you can hear the echoes. Like the voice acting was incredible. Like the inner monologue as it was happening, as he was claiming that he can't even die of a normal death.
I feel so bad for the dub voice actors that have to do that episode because they have got a lot to catch up.
Once they start releasing the dub, I will be keeping up with it to see how it compares.
Honestly, I think with it being MAPPA though, I still think it's gonna be good.
Well, it's Crunchyroll that's in charge of the dub.
Yeah, and so they got rid of my boy Mob, so I don't know how good it's actually gonna be.
We'll see.
I'm still biased by that. I'm still pissed.
It sucks. It's a sucky situation. But anyways, it's fucking this entire is so fucking good. And we just get this cuts to a fucking garbage can and he's fucking chopped a bit.
Sliced into pieces.
Like literally his head is just like disconnected from his body.
Yeah.
She does in half.
Yeah.
Even his head is cut in half. Even his head's like segmented and like missing.
It's so.
I was curious. I was curious to how they were going to do this panel because I was afraid they might cut it because of like censorship and whatnot. But the fact they included it and every fucking little detail to it is so good, and I'm so happy they were able to do that.
Right. So we get this scene where blood is falling off of the severed limbs of Denji, and a drop of blood lands in Pochita's mouth. And as soon as that happens, Pochita wakes up and connects with Denji.
Well, first
flashback.
we get this really nice fucking flashback where he's like, "Well,
that's what I was leading into."
Yeah. Okay. Good. If you who wants to take on the flashback?
Anybody want to do that? I think Peace needs to take it on.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, when it goes to the flashback, it really talks about the connection. He's chopping a tree down. It kind of is a callback to when he was talking about how you only make about 60,000 yen from chopping trees. So it goes to that segment of his life. And he talks to Pochita like, he knows this business is going to kill him. He knows the life he's living is not of one who is very successful, and it's going to end up costing him everything. And he tells Pochita, like, when I die, I want you to have the life I don't have. It's almost like he tells him, once I kick it, take my body and do what I couldn't do. And Pochita takes that to heart. Pochita loves him. It is a rare thing. It's even brought up later in the episode that it is a rare thing that there's a human devil connection, and he has this connection to him that's inseparable. And Pochita honestly kind of does like the Uno reverse card. Instead of Pochita taking his body, Pochita sacrifices himself for Denji. And it just like when he wakes up trying to when he's like trying to grab Pochita like in a sense of like thanking him, when he pops out of the trash can, it's almost like Denji is not hurt at all. Like he is completely reformed. You see like these mechanical tendrils bringing his body together between the flashback, between his flashback. It
looks like
and the trash can
something
thing.
You'd see off of like Go Gadget. Like kind of shit.
Yeah. And then
Go Gadget Eldritch Horror.
Go Gadget reattach limbs.
and dude, the fucking music as well as his body's being put
Oh,
back together.
Oh,
There's something I liked about
dude.
the music. It's like whenever it's not an action scene, the music's actually very laid back and like cinematic.
Yeah.
But then once an action scene kicks in, then
It
it
kicks
fucking runs up.
in, dude.
It kicks
There was one
hard.
thing I wanted
So-
to talk about before we get too far in. During the
Okay.
flashback, it cuts to Pochita talking to Denji. And
Yeah.
Pochita tells him that, I listen to you every day about your dreams and goals, and I really want you to have that. So I'm going to give you my power in exchange
Mhm.
that you show me this life, which Peace put it in a way, and not saying that he's wrong, but Peace put it in a way that he sacrificed himself. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't exactly say that he sacrificed
What up?
himself. I think he's
What up?
living within him.
Yeah. Well, Denji's original plan was you take over my body when I die, but Pochita, instead of doing that, says I'm in exchange for you showing me your dreams, I will give you my heart.
Yeah.
Like it's Pochita choosing not to take over his body, but to fuse with him instead.
And it's really, really cool. So, like, as
Mhm.
he pops out of this trash can, and he, like, Peace said, like, trying to grab him, like, as he wakes up from this crazy dream that he just had, uh, he realizes that he's gone. And he looks down at his chest and sees Pochita's tail, which is a pull string for a chainsaw.
Yeah.
And he does this really cool, like, little tiny flashback of zooming in to Pochita's tail, and it starts
Yeah.
hitting him, and
yeah, like
it goes psycho mode from here, dude. This is
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
Uh-huh.
when the horde starts piling on him and the zombie
Gosh.
devil's just sitting there like he's kind of like sitting there kind of
Yeah.
gloating thinking he won, and then like in the background you start hearing the rumble of a chainsaw,
Like a
and it's
chainsaw.
getting
Dude.
louder and louder, and it goes from like
Yeah.
I'm winning to what's that noise, and then you just see the zombie herd getting sliced in half, blood sinew everywhere,
Dude.
and then the intensity changes. It
Blood,
becomes that
viscera,
anime
just
fight scene.
gruesome, grotesque, like
Yeah,
guts and
dude.
shit flying everywhere.
Uh-huh.
The chainsaw animation of the chainsaw running
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
was
beautiful.
crazy
Top-notch.
good.
Yeah.
Even from a distance, you could see the blades moving, and it just
Yeah.
gave off this like really psychotic aura to his new character.
Yeah.
It gave him
Which
that psychotic
can
edge and just that overall just ambitious
Mhm.
behavior that he could do whatever the fuck he wants when he wants. And
can we take a second to just gush about the design of Chainsaw Man for
yes,
Okay,
of he
it is
himself?
hard. Okay, I don't mean to like just steal the ropes immediately, but it is hard
Yeah.
to blend hand-drawn animation with 3D CG. The only other thing that
Mhm.
pops up in my mind is Treasure Planet from Disney from more than
dude.
Yeah.
almost like 20 years ago. And like
Yeah.
it is because because like it's there's an art to it, because if you stutter or if it's a little bit off, it looks janky, it doesn't come off right. But how they
Mhm.
capture it, how his head is 3D CG, and how the chainsaws in his arms are 3D CG, yet his arm is hand-drawn animation, and it
Yes.
blends
Mhm.
so perfectly seamlessly to the point where it's like,
Yeah.
You can
oh,
see the severed like half of his hand sticking out of the chainsaw.
Mhm.
Like you can
Yeah.
see how his fingers have been spread apart so that the chainsaw can come up
Mhm.
between his fucking forearm and shit.
Yeah.
It looked
And you got
crazy good.
the head, and you got the sharp teeth
Like
with the
one thing
chainsaw
that
jutting out
really
of it.
stuck out to me was whenever the big like after he did a little bit of slicing and dicing, one of the big zombies came in with a pipe and smacked him upside the face with it. The
Yeah.
one thing that really I loved about the design was the really cool like mechanics that led up to his head, like from his
Mhm.
chest. It moves up all that metal, and like you can see like the cords and the like just everything mechanical working. up to his
Yeah.
head.
Might I say, I'm glad you actually bring that up, Brandon, because that pipe scene alone where he hits him in the head, the impact, it's almost like you can feel that. It's really hard. Like some animes, when it comes to like really intense fight scenes and like someone punches something or someone gets hit, it kind of comes off lackluster. This
Mm-hmm.
anime really does capture the impact or the kinetic feel of
See,
someone punching or hitting
that's
something else.
exactly the way I felt about
Yeah.
it, because like
Mhm.
whenever it got into where like he was trying to get closer and the zombie leader was throwing bodies at him and he was
Yeah.
catching them, dude, the way that the battle flowed and he got pushed back, you
Mhm.
could physically feel it without having to be there, how hard he was hit with the body and how he was able to recover it. And the slow movements of him throwing his arms around, they captured it, of him being the first time him using the chainsaw arms.
Yeah.
Like you could see the
It's got that
fatigue.
weight to
Yeah,
it.
you could see the weight with every throw, and as the bodies were thrown, he was just slicing them in air, and you could see the parts splitting. It was caught so perfectly that just
Uh-huh.
like I still get goosebumps. I'm like just thinking about it
Uh,
right now, and I've watched the
yeah.
episode 3 times, dude.
Mhm.
Like,
And it only gets crazier from here.
gosh, dude.
Um, but another thing I'll give props to Mappa for is they added these like orange lights to his head to look like eyes.
Yes. Oh, it's like it gives you that
Because
ominous feel about his like he's about to
yeah,
fuck you up feeling about his character.
because the manga it just has the vents with no color, with no like detail else added to it. It's just vents. But here they actually made it look like he has eyes,
Right.
and it's so nice. But yeah,
It's
but this entire fucking fight scene
It's just beautiful. It's
it's
is
beautiful.
fucking.
really fucking pretty, dude.
I like how
Can
the
you
fucking
believe
zombie devil at first is like, "Yo, you fucking, what are you doing? How do you fucking survive that?" And he just goes to like fucking shit scared
Dude, he gets
immediately.
terrified when he sees the
Yeah,
chainsaws.
yeah.
And I think Bobsto was the one that told me that. No. Another one of my friends, which y'all all know him, Cameron.
Oh,
He told me that in the manga it talks about the chainsaw devil being one of the strongest devils, and
Mhm.
what the devils actually are super scared of. Like whenever they're mentioned,
Yeah.
like the chainsaw devils mentioned in the
Uh,
manga, like they're super shit scared about it.
yeah, yeah.
So
Which I'll be excited to talk about that when we get to that point in the series because there's some cool implications regarding the Chainsaw Devil.
well,
these
like when I
episodes are
heard
not coming
about
out
it, it
fast
just made
enough. Ugh.
sense, like the way that the
Yeah,
zombie horde leader reacted.
yeah. Well, this one he's only reacting to it because he like the first thing that happens after seeing this guy get overwhelmed by his horde again is he cuts through and immediately
Completely.
jumps and starts
Like a
chainsawing
hot
into his
knife
head
through butter,
Dude,
man. Like he
and just
cuts through him
starts.
like nothing. Like you
but
And
could
that
really
scares the
see and like he's already a grotesque monster that's really hard to like give off emotion other than the fact that he's supposed to be scary and gross. And you
mhm.
could just feel and see the fear in him. Like he is throwing everything at him and nothing's working. Like he's slicing and
Uh-huh.
dicing.
It's just
It
like that
doesn't
moment before death where you just do everything that you can possibly do to defend yourself and it just not work. It's like
Uh-huh.
that, just that anxiety pumping through your veins, like the adrenaline's just like fight or flight situation, and you're not thinking
Uh-huh.
clearly. That's the way that it was portrayed, and you could see it.
But it's just like fucking Dingy gets then whipped up to the fucking like rafters and
Dude,
then tights along one of the fucking tendrils.
dude, he rides the tendril
Rides
with
it.
his fucking chainsaw,
Yeah.
and then
that's right.
headbutts the zombie demon
Yeah.
with his fucking head, with his
Yeah.
chainsaw. Like he just goes in. He's just like, I'm done with you. Like he cuts it in half, and he's sitting in the middle of all of its guts and just blood
Yeah.
fucking flying everywhere, and his
Um,
body being torn
so
apart. All the muscles and shit. You could see them to
mhm.
the T. You could see the organs sitting inside of his body when he split. Like,
Yeah.
and then after all that,
Notice
he's
that in
sitting in
detail.
a pool of blood, surrounded by a zombie horde, and
Mhm.
he sees his old boss, And his
I love that
immediate,
scene.
his immediate thought process was, if I kill everybody in this room, I
have
won't
no
owe
debt.
you a fucking thing.
Yeah,
And then he
it's
just-
like I get 300,000 per corpse, and he just fucking. So that's the thing I love also about Denji when he goes into chainsaw mode is it's like his id is almost completely taken over because he becomes extremely frenzied and crazed.
Bro, he hits
Like
that
you'll see
Beavis
later
and
on the
Butthead
shit.
laugh.
The shit, dude, the shit you'll hear him say while in chainsaw mode later on is fucking amazing.
Like, I
It's
can't
really
wait to
good.
see some more
Um,
just scenes, but it just cuts away with him just destroying the zombies. And we get this really, really awesome like sunset, like golden hour scene
mhm.
where the cars are rushing up to the building, and this is just a second set of cars, and these people in suits get out of the car and they're rushing or like just walking into the building because they heard from their higher ups that there were devils inside of this area. And the funniest thing about this scene was like they come up to the door and they say somebody got to them first. Like,
Yeah.
somebody
Looking
beat
like
them
a
to the
scene
punch.
from Saving Private Ryan. You've got bodies
Yeah,
stacked
dude.
everywhere. The blood is almost like pooling out of this factory scene, and you just see him off in the distance, just panting like it has been an all-night brawl.
Like, and he looks
Mhm.
slightly like a dog being scared, kind of like sitting there, just looking at everybody like
He's all out of fight. It's like he can't run, he can't fight. He's all out of
exactly.
energy and gas.
Like
And
he's
just like,
literally.
and
That's how
he's
you
like
go on.
he sees like this love interest and like out of gas, no breath, has nothing else to say except hug me before he passes out and gets the girl I'm talking about. She grabs him immediately. Like if it was my butt, I'm probably falling back, hitting my back, knocking myself out. But no, this guy hits a grand slam and she grabs him immediately. No questions asked either. Like
Yeah.
God, I cannot. The foreshadowing
Yeah.
right there between the relationship is just beautiful.
Mhm. And like I like the animation of like the chainsaw melting away as he reverts back to human form.
I was wondering how they were gonna
curious
do
how they
that.
were gonna do that,
Mhm.
and it just fucking melts away like
Yeah.
water. It looked, or like watching melting cheese or chocolate just drip down his body. It was like, sorry, it's a food related thing, but that's just the first thing that come to mind. So like
Mhm.
To anyone eating
whenever
or
he got
drinking, we do
hugged like
apologize.
that, like the woman wasn't even remotely scared of him. She just gave him a hug.
Yeah.
And just
Other devil hunters are like, be careful. You don't know what he might do.
and she saw the human in him, which
She says he
loved.
smells. He
That's
smells
my
like.
question. That's my question. So like, that's kind of foreshadowing. Is he like? And I'm not trying to like spoil myself for like future episodes to come, but that makes him special. That the fact he's like a human demon / devil hybrid.
Yeah,
she says
exactly.
she hasn't smelt that before.
Yeah. So I will say there are other. So Denji's a special case because there's two different types of things. There's devils, there's devil possession, and there are fiends. But Denji doesn't qualify as a fiend, is the thing. So like fiends are like devils that possess corpses.
Okay.
They have unique designs. But you'll see it when we get into fiends. But Denji is a very special case. He is literally he has the power of a devil, but still retains his humanity.
Right.
Okay.
So basically, at this point, the lady pretty much just gives him a choice. You either be my slave and I feed you like a king, or you die. Which one do you want?
I love how Denji doesn't get a break from not being a slave, but like I'm not trying to question the fact that he gets the good stuff. I'm talking about like
he's just like, he's a freedom slave.
Like, yes, ma'am, I'll do whatever you want. Like,
yes, master.
He's like, what do I? It's like, what do I get to eat? And she's like, oh well, you get some jam on toast.
Literally, the last line of the
fucking-
anime is that
Yeah.
sounds awesome.
Awesome.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
That's how you know it's going to be a good show. Like,
Listen,
I'm talking.
even though you're in indentured servitude where you got to just be a public safety devil hunter, unless it's either that or just get executed. But you also get fucking meals and a place to sleep.
I mean, upgrades,
That's all you
people.
need.
Upgrades. He is
Upgrades,
like
people,
climbing that. He is
upgrades.
climbing that slave ladder, and he's on that. He's
killed,
on that mommy dummy slave type
Yeah.
stuff. Like it works. He's getting a good life.
He's killed devils before. Like he can do that. Like, he's got to go and kill a few devils.
He's like, I'm getting fed to do what I was already doing. Like what? I was killing them and not being fed.
Sign me up. I am down to do this.
He said jam on toast. Fuck yeah.
Would you guys like to know something kind of crazy? I think I've told you this, Red, but would you like to know something crazy about the zombie devil fight?
Sure.
What's up?
Most of the animation in that fight was entirely anime original.
Really?
Yes.
Okay,
so in the manga, the way the fight goes is he breaks out from the horde and then immediately slices the dude in half. But the way it's drawn, it still has that impact and it's still like equally as visceral. But here they take advantage of the animation and add a lot more to it.
Well, they knocked it out of the fucking park. So
I mean, they took a step and damn, they landed it,
dude.
Well, that's MAPPA also did the same with some fight scenes in Jujutsu Kaisen as well,
which I'm gonna get to because I started picking up the manga recently, so I can't wait to get into the fights and see the dynamic of what was on the anime and in the manga as well. But either way,
me, an anime plebeian amongst the manga readers, me with my low scholastic school reading level, just sitting here like, yeah, wait till the next episode comes out.
But with all that being said, that's the end of the episode, and unfortunately, we have to wait even longer to watch another one.
22 minutes is not enough. I need more. I feel like a 7-Eleven crackhead just needing another rock right now. Just like, come on, I need another episode.
Give me more.
It ended so beautifully. Such a good way to end it. And I can't wait to see more. I'm waiting to read the manga before... I want to get through season 1 of Chainsaw Man before I start collecting the manga, I think. Because I really I don't know what it is about that. I like to read it after I watch it because I like to see the differences in between the anime and manga. So
I feel that.
But given all that, I think I've shared my opinion pretty well on the matter. What about you guys?
You take it away, Peace, before I say what I gotta say.
No, that's fair. Like honestly, this is literally an anime that has captured my attention. It has me vested in the universe. Like I said, like I haven't really read many mangas, but like now I know that there's 11 issues, and now I've got 11 issues to go through because Lord knows this has me grabbed. Like,
and that's not the end of Chainsaw Man. Like there's still chapters being made for Chainsaw Man.
No, it's continuing still. So
it's ongoing.
I'm glad to hear that because like there are so like it's kind of like with Edge Runners or with Cowboy Bebop, I get to the point where I find a really good anime and it only gets like 1 or 2 seasons and then like it's over, or kind of like with The Devil Is a Part-Timer where you only get like 1 season and then it was canceled, so it like sits there. I just sit there going, I just need more. And then when I finally find
do know
an
they
anime,
made a second season of Devil Is a Part-Timer, right?
Did they?
Yes, it's very recent, but they did.
I did not know that. I like I said, it's been about 2.5, 3 years since I've seen The Devil's a Part-Timer. But now don't tell me that. Now you were opening up another wound for me to get hurt again. Because I know the way you softballed that, it kind of sounds like there's not going to be a season 3.
Oh, I actually have
we
no
don't
idea.
know that yet. All I know is that it took like 10 or so years since that anime got made to get a second season.
People were begging. Like, it's like the perfect slice of life anime.
See, now they just need to make a second season for Dead Man Wonderland and we'd be all right.
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started with that. That is a tragedy.
Hey,
that didn't get
if you want to read that manga Bobby, Peace, It's really fucking good.
I'll cut it out a little
Really?
bit. It's fine.
No, it's look. If the internet wants to dox me, it's
But,
completely
yeah.
fine.
but but dude, yeah, no, the manga is like great. It's really good. It's finished.
Yeah.
Honestly,
But,
I guess that my final thing to say when it comes to like Chainsaw Man, before I let you take it away, it's just honestly, I just have to say thank you. Because I have somewhat looked at Chainsaw Man, but if it wasn't for the fact that you guys invited me onto the episode today, I probably would have never watched it. I probably would have never been invested in the manga, and now I'm just enamored.
mhm. And we're super excited to have you along with us throughout this
Yes.
entire ride.
I think it's going to be fantastic from here on out. I really do.
Yeah.
But given all that, Bopsto, do you have anything else to add?
So, dude, I'm really fucking happy because Chainsaw Man is on my huge ass list of manga that I consider to be absolutely fucking goated.
Mm.
And to see the anime already have such a solid start, and the fact that it's like that this anime is like taking the world by storm, and like, dude, that fucking when it premiered, it crashed Crunchyroll for like 2 minutes. It, if fucking that the opening the official upload for the opening on MAPPA channel,
that PS5 effect.
Is, yeah, the fucking opening on MAPPA's official YouTube channel has over like 17 million views.
Jesus.
And it's only been like a week.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's fucking taking the world by storm. And the fact that this might lead, because like MAPPA, they're all like huge. The guy who owns MAPPA is like a huge fan of Tatsuki Fujimoto's work, and this could lead us to getting like a Fire Punch adaptation or like a movie based off of his one shots, and that shit's awesome.
No.
Also, I think this anime also has potential to maybe even set certain standards within, make these like breakthroughs and new standards for Japanese animation.
See, the problem with that is that not every studio has the means to get that.
Oh no, I know, but it's like almost like a new age of what's possible for animation.
But hopefully, given what you're talking about, it'll
Yeah.
give the studios more drive to upgrade their equipment and upgrade.
It'll force quality to go up. If there's one thing I will say when it comes to the open market, when you release a quality product, everybody else has to catch up to that benchmark you lay out. The way that Chainsaw Man lays itself out, I get what you're saying, because now every anime that comes after this or that is during the release of Chainsaw Man has to keep up with it. And if they don't, they'll get lost in the dust.
Mm-hmm. But it's like almost like whenever people back in the day, like they'd use like SFM and then Blender dropped and fucking changed everything.
Oh, dude, yeah. Blender is so hard to use too.
It is, but it's so worth it because it makes some really
or source filmmaker.
Or source filmmaker, like either or. Like
no. I'm just saying poor source filmmaker, because Blender, man, once Blender came out,
yeah. Like some people still use it, but damn, Blender's got it beat.
Yeah.
Oh, no, for sure.
But yeah, other than that, it's just like I'm super fucking stoked. I'm happy it's being well received and that we're getting a good anime adaptation of it.
Yeah.
And
I'm just glad that we have our special guest. And we can't
so
wait
stoked
to
have you along
the next few episodes with us.
Hey, yeah, keep me informed. I'm always down.
And given that, Bopsto, I'll let you carry it away, bud.
Well, I'm Bopsto, the Other Weeb.
And I'm Red, the bald-headed wonder.
And I'm Peace Walker Inc., the crazy homeless man they led on the episode.
All right. And we are the Anime Boys. And well, now get the fuck out of our house, you crazy homeless weirdo.
Crazy oldest man.
Peace out, everybody.
Yes, sir.
See ya.
See ya.